Hola, buenos días, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Rick. Good morning, how are we doing, guys? I thought today we'd do a little bit more Spanish. Thank you very much for the reactions and for the responses from all the previous lessons that we've done. We're just going to move through a little bit further. Today we're going to learn some more words, look over what we've already done, and really just to get some more vocabulary together as well. So it's part of the introductions that we're doing where we're trying to introduce other people to with our family group. So we're going to do a little bit of that. We're going to look again at the verbs, and we're going to look at the conjugation of the verb, the practice that we did last week with the six, if you can remember the six, which was, can you remember them? The endings? It was I, you, he, she and it, we, yous and they, and it becomes the endings on an AR verb that we were talking about, a regular AR verb, was o, as, a, amos, ais, an. So if we then look at a verb itself and we call the infinitive of the verb, the headline of the verb, the title, and we take the verb hablar, which is to speak, and we put those endings on, because we get rid of the A and the R and we keep the stem, that would then become habló, hablas, habla, hablamos, habláis, hablan. And it's just a bit of practice really, just to get those working. Habló, hablas, habla. Hablamos, habláis, hablan, like a chant. And that means I speak, you speak, he, she or it speaks, we speak, yous speak, they speak. Now when you think about that, if we go back on reflection to the first lesson that we properly did, and I came up with Hola, me llamo Rick. Now let's have a look at that word llamo. It ends again in O. So therefore it's actually saying, hello, me, I name myself Rick. Because llamo also actually is an AR ending verb, and the verb is llamar, which is to name. So therefore, I name would be llamo. If we throw it in the same six conjugations, I name would be llamo, you name would be llamas, he, she, or it name would be llama, we name would be llamamos, you's name would be llamais, and they name would be llaman. Llamó, llamas, llama, llamamos, llamais, llaman. It follows the same rules. Now why is that important to know? Really it's important to know because I can actually turn around and go, Hola, me llamo Rick. ¿Cómo te llamas? Now I've used three words there. Again, the three words, and then we just get rid of them as normal. ¿Cómo te llamas? Now, como is actually the word, the whole thing translates to what's your name. But when you think about it, we've got to put it into Spanglish again, because it's not quite exactly, because we know the word for what is que, and that's not in there, como te llamas. So it actually says, como is how, te is you, llamas is name you. Hello, me, I name myself Rick. How you name you? And that's really what they're actually, how the Spanish will then say it. Hola, me llamo Rick. ¿Cómo te llamas? And then you see we've got the endings on there from the llamo, trying to get involved again. He's always getting involved. So we've got the ending of llamo into llamas. And that's the reason why we use it. Okay? No, all right, fella. It's a little bit of a, I always say it's a tricky one, but it's not. It's just a bit of practice. That's all it takes. But now you understand the reason why. Llamo, llamas, llama, llamamos, llamais, llaman. One of the things we did in the last lesson, we put the sentence together with speak with my mother. Hablo con mi madre. I speak with my mother. So now we've got madre as mother. So we've now got to think, what's the word for father? The word for father? Padre. Madre y padre. Y is the and, so mother and father. Madre y padre. I'm going to go down through a little bit of different family members. Tío. Tío. Tío is very simple, that's uncle. Tía, that's auntie. So Tía Maria, the drink, Tía Maria, that's Auntie Maria. Tío Pepe, Uncle Pepe. I know, it's good, isn't it? Here's a couple to get you, try you with. Hermano, hermano. Now, hermano means brother. So can you guess what sister will be? Hermana. Correct. Hermana. So you've got brother and sister. Hermano y hermana. Brother and sister. Bit of a tough one, this one. Look how it's spelt as well. Hijo. hijo. I know it doesn't look like the way it's spelled, but the H is always silent, and the J over here is a ch. And it's like the CH from Loch. So if you think of Loch Ness and put that CH sound in there, hijo, that is son. What do you think daughter might be? And it is hija, hija. So you've got hijo y hija, son and daughter. So it just makes sense, it works itself. Okay, this is where it's a little bit different. Esposo y esposa is husband and wife, but in the Canaries they use it differently. They actually say the word marido is for husband and mujer they use for wife, but actually mujer also means woman. Now for me, as you're all aware, I'm not married, so I have novia, novia, and that's girlfriend. And then novio is obviously then boyfriend. Okay, so how can we introduce that and use these to actually create our sentences? We need some link words in there, and we actually just use 2 link words, okay? First 2 are going to be esto es, esto es. The next 2 is going to be esta es, esta es. Now, you can see they both actually mean the same thing. The difference again, one's masculine and the other one's feminine. Don't worry if you don't get it right. They don't care, they don't mind. They know that you're trying, so it doesn't really matter about that. At least you're giving it a go. So if I was going to use the masculine one, esto es, I would actually use it through all the masculine names of the family. Esto es mi padre. Esto es mi tío. Esto es mi hermano. Esto es mi hijo. Esto es mi novio. Or, if you wanted then the female, esta es mi madre. Esta es mi hija. Esta es mi tía. Esta es mi hermana. Esta es mi novia. So now think about this sentence then. We now go to create the sentences up. We've done hola, me llamo Rick. We know that, okay? I can now go esta es mi novia when I'm introducing Shelley. Now I can take that even further as well. I can actually say she names herself. Because if we take the verb llamar and we go down the 6 conjugations that we've got on there, I, you, he, she, it, we're going to do this one because it's a she, so it's yo llamó, llamas, llamar. So I can go, esta es mi novia, se llama Shelley. And that's how it works. So if you are a lady with a husband, esto es mi esposo, or over here we'd normally say esto es mi marido. But if it was then, if you're, the fly wants to learn Spanish again, if you are a man introducing your wife, esta es mi esposa, or you actually then would say esta es mi mujer. And that's how it works. So what comes from here, if we just take a breath and we think about it, okay? This is what the sentences we've got at the moment. Hola, buenos días, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Rick. Soy de Inglaterra. Pero vivo en Tenerife. Esta es mi novia. Se llama Shelley. ¿Cómo te llamas? And you can see from there, when you put it all together, it's actually then the building blocks of actually creating sentences and creating introductions for yourself. Give it a go. As I said, we're not going to go too heavily today. That's pretty much all we're going to do today. There might be another, hopefully there'll be another one later on through the week if I get some time to do it. But thank you very much for enjoying them, and we'll see you on the next one. Hope you enjoy. Any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I'll try and get back to them and see what we can do, okay? See you on the next one. Adios. Hasta luego. I'll see you again. Cheers.